Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back into Oceanside Ice Arena. I am Niall Cooper, and we have some ACHA men's Division I hockey on tap for you tonight. The visiting Colorado State University Rams taking on your Arizona State Sun Devils. It was a tough performance yesterday for both clubs as they both took L's on Thursday night action, and both teams struggling as of late, collectively 1-13 in their last 14 between Colorado State and Arizona State. And as I bring in my partner, Brett Vaughn. Brett, these are two teams both looking for wins. Arizona State coming into tonight is going to be thinking this is a chance for them to get a win against an opponent that is pretty close to them in the rankings. That being said, what is it going to take for Arizona State tonight to get over the hump and get that much-needed victory?
I think for the Sun Devils tonight, they're going to have to make it really easy on themselves. A lot of problems that went into last night's game were them being a little too loose in their own end, coughing up turnovers easily for the forecheckers for the Colorado Buffaloes, and that ended up either being grade A scoring opportunities or chances on the power play that the Buffaloes cashed in and ended up leading them to the victory last night.
On the other side of the rink, the Colorado State Rams are going to be coming in here with a similar mentality. They're ranked 22, Arizona State's ranked 24. Given what we've seen lately from the Sun Devils, what do you think Colorado State is going to have to do to be able to get out to an early lead that we've seen a lot of road teams be able to do here at Oceanside Ice Arena?
For the Rams, they have scoring by depth using all four lines, so it's going to be important for them tonight, especially on the road, a little bit of road legs, a little bit of rotation in the squad, and it's going to be important for them to have all four lines going at the start of this game. And again, playing that north and south game, just pinning Arizona State deep, and again, forcing those turnovers that we know the Sun Devils are susceptible to this season.
Well, folks, we have two teams close in the rankings, both needing a win. It should be an exciting night of hockey here in Tempe, Arizona. Don't go anywhere. We have puck drop just around the corner. evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. I am Niall Cooper, giving you your play-by-play action tonight. My partner, Brett Vaughn, going to be doing the color commentary as we have some prime ACHA Division I men's action for you tonight. The visiting Colorado State University Rams taking on the Arizona State Sun Devils. In goal for the Rams tonight will be number 30, Joe Morgan. And in net for the Sun Devils, once again, will be number 1, Bronson Moore. We are underway, an early turnover. The Sun Devils get it. The shot on net from Jet Larson. Starting on the first line once again tonight, as that pass will escape the stick of Jack York. And the Rams will just try to get it in the offensive zone. The ice still looking a little wet right now. We did have the action tonight postponed beforehand as they were treating the rink and getting the ice sheet just ready. But we shouldn't expect it to affect play too much as we have a whistle here, and that's 40 seconds into the game.
Yeah, I would really like to start for the Sun Devils last night against the Buffaloes. They came out really aggressive, having that activated defenseman coming into the play. And I think they just need to keep that aggressiveness up throughout the whole 60 minutes tonight, which I think was what they were lacking yesterday.
The Sun Devils trying to get off on a strong start, something they have not been able to do as of late. As they have hamstrung themselves, not being able to get off to the mark. Bringing it in, here's Miller trying to get things going for the Rams. As he gets it 5-hole, and Bronson Moore covers that one. You saw him sliding into the net. That puck nearly went in.
For the Buffaloes, for the Rams, they came off of a 2-0 loss against top 10 ranked University of Arizona Wildcats. A good performance by them. Unfortunate with the loss, but again, it has to have some sort of confidence. Also coming off that win against UNLV.
That's right. 1-5 in their last 6 games, the Rams are, but that one win coming against the University of Nevada Rebels. The Rebels, a top team, primed to be going to nationals this year. Certainly a confidence booster. Miller stick checked as he tries to get it up the half wall. A good job to seal it by Lester. Lester has Klein coming in to help him along the boards. Miller trying to dig it out for the Rams. That shot blocked off the stick of Budman and comes out to center. Just on sides and bring it in now. Trying to get the shot is Sullivan. Sticked away by Morgan and into the corner where they try to dig it out once more. Lester with Sullivan for the Sun Devils. Back into the slot. Palumbo fires, won that one wide of the net. Miller comes in from the point to keep it, but no one's able to get it for the Sun Devils. And the Rams will chip it in. Adams turns it over his blue line. A 2-on-1 for the Rams. Across the middle, a diving block by Miller. Not over yet. So the Rams come back once more. That chip shot just goes wide. The pitching wedge off of the stick of Laguerre goes just wide of Bronson Moore after a turnover by Dylan Adams nearly cost the Sun Devils early.
Only about 2 minutes in this hockey game, and already the Sun Devils with their first turnover again in their own zone. Very lucky to not concede a goal there, but especially on a controlled breakout, there's really no excuse to have any issues trying to get out of your own zone. Usually teams have a set play off of a controlled breakout. When there's no pressure as the other team's going for a change, they need to sure up things on their own end, especially with no pressure.
We saw Arizona State with numerous turnovers last night in their own zone, trying to get a little too cheeky on the breakouts, and it certainly cost them on that one sequence, Brett, in the third period where they had 2 consecutive turnovers in their own end, which led to the back-breaking goal that put the Buffaloes ahead. Yager Larson in the draw for the Sun Devils. He wins it, but the D cannot get there. Larson comes back from the center position to help out. He'll get it ahead to Eric Cotton. Cotton gets it into the corner boards. Larson going after it. Winning that battle is Casaria for the Rams. The breakout pass just missing the stick of Nitchin, and that'll go all the way down, no icing. Cotton playing that off of his stick. Picked up, however, by Riley. Now back to Morgan, into the middle. But it was Yager Larson on Millar. Stick checked him, and the Rams will go for a change as they dump it in. Morgan, the only man in on the forecheck. And that'll be Studioso who sends it down. No icing as it gets deflected in behind the net. That one picked up by Havner. Havner back in the lineup after missing some time with an injury. Good to see him back on the ice for the Sun Devils. A much-needed offensive boost as Holston sends a hard check and puts down Riley into the slot. A second opportunity pushed away by Morgan. A good save by number 30 for the Rams. As we see the impact already of Havner back on the ice as he set up a good opportunity. The best scoring opportunity so far early in this period for Arizona State. That gets out as Rutchley will throw it across. Turns it over. Klein just missing that breakout pass from Jet Larson. Larson will go back for a change as Klein stays into forecheck. Amaya comes and lays a hit. They nearly knock the puck loose. The Rams get it across. And they can send in the neutral zone before they turn over again. Some good action from the Sun Devils, forcing turnovers. Amaya fighting off Miller. Back to the point now. Budman eyeing up the wrist shot. Sends it across to York. Up to Amaya. That's in the slot. And it goes off the post. A rebound and a great save by Morgan. That shot went right off the post. Came out. And the Sun Devils had a chance to put it back. But Morgan made the splits and made a huge save for the Rams as they are just trying to get out of their zone after taking all this Sun Devil pressure. Trying to come back in now on the offensive is Klein. Klein's got troops coming in late. He deeks past two. Klein looking for the shot. That one just goes off the edge of his stick. The Sun Devils looking dangerous early on this Friday night. So we are 5 minutes in to this game. Sun Devils 5 shots on goal. Joe Morgan 5 saves for the Rams as they have leaned on him heavily early. Bringing that one in is Adams. Adams throws it in the middle, dangerously comes back to the point. The wrist shot, that one blocked off the stick of Jacob Lester. Adams coming in from the half wall, tries to throw it short side, and that'll be gloved down by Morgan.
You can already see the decisiveness paying off for Arizona State when they're making one or two quick passes and getting that shot directly to the net. First it was Jet Larson, oh man, wide open in the slot. If he just could have elevated that puck upstairs on Morgan, I think we would have had a goal opportunity. And then that second chance coming from the point shot from the defenseman for Arizona State, and that allowed some commotion in front.
Picking it up below the goal line, swinging it back up, turning his Demon into the slot, reverses. That was Cotton down low, couldn't get the pass to Larson. And now Morgan will bring it out for the Rams. Fans on the breakout pass. And that will give Arizona State the opportunity to get the breakout they want as they make a couple neat passes. Cotton now in, and that one offsides as Yager Larson could not drag the toe. 13:36 left on the clock. It's been exciting action to open the game as the Sun Devils finally off to a good start, something that we have talked about for many a game now, Brett. Bringing it into the Rams now. That's Riley looking for the shot, and it's blocked away. That one will be sent all the way down, and the Rams will pick it back up. Miller in behind the net. Levi Holston trying to forecheck. A good job to shake it off was Grayson North. Now Nitchin can bring it in on the right wing. Throwing into the middle. No one there. Picked back up by Fondas. Fondas was trying to feed Taylor but couldn't get it to him. That one kept in by Nelson. As Nelson forces it into the middle to Fondas. They bring it back on sides. Riley now looking for the shot. He'll fire one. That was stopped by Bronson Moore. Follow-up chance and another stop by Bronson Moore. A good save on the second chance opportunity.
Yeah, listening earlier today from one of the NHL greats, Steve Shields, is now the head goalie coach at the University of Michigan, talking about for the goaltenders, it's really the effort of trying to look for that puck is really the hard part and what withstands goaltenders from being great. And Bronson Moore showing why he's a great goaltender there.
Here come the Rams once again. That one short side. A good job by Moore to get the glove down. Amaya now will spin and get it out. Klein in on chase. Klein cuts into the middle looking for the shot. He'll fire one. That one goes just over the net. Klein gets it back now. Thought about going to the point. Decides to keep it. Is stripped of the puck, but Geely going after it forces it back to the defense. And Arizona State coming in waves right now. Pushed ahead to Joseph. Now into Gillis. That one clangs into the boards. In the corner, it's picked back up by Moreno. York after him. Now Geely takes him, reverses. Joseph trying to sauce one across to Morgan just in front of him. Morgan will operate from the half wall. Get his body to shield away from Klein. He loses the puck though. A good effort by Klein to strip him. Geely cannot get it out, however. As that wrap attempt from the assistant captain, Trutchleaf, will not go, and that's sent all the way down. No icing on the play.
Nice defensive play by Jack York, the assistant captain, of kneeling down to block that pass. Not only does not allow that pass to come through, but also buys time for his teammates to get in their defensive positions.
Coate gets it back to the defenseman, trying to give it back to Coate. As Arizona State really applying a heavy forecheck, and it's giving the Rams fits right now, as that will be an icing call as we are nearing the midway point of the first.
Definitely noticing the Rams a bit on their heels. Again, for Arizona State, you just have to keep coming in waves. That goal is going to eventually come. But to also be sure that they've managed the puck well and safely going from the defensive zone into the offensive zone.
Back to the point, a good win, a shot, the save from Morgan. Second chance opportunity, Morgan fights that one off, and his defenseman gets a stick on it and bats it away. It looked to be Trutchley who backhanded it out, but the Sun Devils throw it right back in the zone. It's Sullivan and Lester. They get it back to Kowalchuk. He'll rip one. Redirected loose in front. They're digging away at it. The referee blows his whistle. No indication yet. As the fisticuffs look to ensue, a hard cross check given by the Rams in front of the net to deny the chances. Morgan came across and made the splits to stop that one. It looks to be a sure goal for Arizona State.
Although you might not think that taking a shot from the blue line is going to be a real dangerous opportunity, it is when you have forwards streaking to the net in front of the goaltender's crease to be able to either, one, obstruct his vision, or two, to get a quick deflection on the puck to have the goalie react late to that shot. And that was a nice opportunity by Kowalchuk, getting it to the net, not getting it blocked by any of the defenders that are coming out to meet him for the shot. And that allowed Arizona State a few jams at it, just trying to poke at that puck, unfortunate at that time.
Kowalchuk clearly putting in his power skating time lately as he made a good move to open up a shooting lane. Budman trying to do the same. He'll wrist it, and that'll be gloved down. No traffic in front. An easy save for Joe Morgan. The Highlands Ranch, Colorado native, sporting a .365 goals against average and an .885 save percentage. Not too shabby among the ACHA standards. Colorado State looking to give Morgan a bit of an offensive boon now as they'll send it in the zone and try to establish a forecheck. But it's a good reverse pass from Kowalchuk. And now it's Demon in. He might have a partial breakaway. Demon to the forehand, and a good poke check by Morgan stopped him. The old Johnny Bauer play. But as the defenseman was coming back to get Demon, he looked to take a penalty.
I love the quick transition play in the neutral zone for the Sun Devils. That allowed to catch the Rams a little bit on their heels and be late to react to Demon streaking in with speed while the defenseman for Colorado State was flat-footed, and that allowed for the power play to now go on the board.
And Brett, as a former defenseman who played at the national level, you have to love what the captain, Zachary Kowalchuk, did, taking that hit in his own end in order to get the breakout pass, and that's what got Demon in all alone. Clapping on the studios. Oh, he scores! John Studioso with a bomb from the point, and it's 1-0 Sun Devils.
JS3 doing a good job showcasing why he's on the power play, using that big boomer of a shot he has. And again, it's just simple things by Arizona State, leading to scoring chances and eventually leading to goals. That was their 4th or 5th point shot already in this first period. And that ended up allowing Arizona State to take this 1-0 advantage.
A big goal early for the Sun Devils as they finally get off on the right foot and have a lead in the first period. Yesterday it was the special teams that really plagued Arizona State as they were a net negative on the power play on the evening. Last night against the Buffaloes. But tonight, Brett, they get the perfect start that they would have wanted on the power play.
Again, quick and decisive in the offensive zone. Once they won that draw, Studios was at the top of the point. He didn't see any pressure coming to him from a Rams player, and then just teed one up low, being able to fight through any of the traffic or any of the shin pads trying to block the shot.
And Brett, you've mentioned on more than one occasion the goals for this team are not going to come in Vincent Van Gogh fashion. They're not going to be pretty. They're going to be hard, and they certainly worked hard to earn that first goal.
For me, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, Niall, and it's pretty when you get a W in the column, and it's not going to matter how they score.
ASU will be leaving tonight. It will be a starry night out there, but will it be a pretty one? Trying to add to it now is Larson, and coming out to challenge him is Morgan. A good job to cut down the angle as he blockered it away into the corner. The Sun Devils trying to keep it alive as it's Levi Holston in on the forecheck. They do get a turnover as it's Jet Larson wheeling around in the offensive zone. Sauces one to Holston, back to Larson. He gets down below the goal line. He'll backhand it around as Miller activates from the point. Miller kicks it ahead. Working on it is Adam Havner. A great pass by Havner, and Klein couldn't get the shot off. A good defensive effort by the Rams. Morgan sticks that one back into the corner. As Jet Larson gets bodied by Nelson, and that allows the Rams to break it back out as Moreno will get it in deep. Casaria in on it. Miller pushes it away. As the lefty Dylan Adams pauses and then reverses and sends it out. Casaria the first one on it for the Rams. And it's Miller who strips it from Miller. That is the Colorado State Miller. Took it away from Kevin Miller and forced Bronson Moore to make a save. It's turned over back to Miller. And Bronson Moore with another save. That shot from the point stopped, sent out by Miller. And Colorado State back in their own end. Brett, it must be Miller time. We've seen quite a bit of Millers on this shift. Sending it back out is Morgan. Forward, and Riley will send it in. Moore behind his net as he'll wrist one around. Arizona State gets it out. And it goes right over the stick of, you guessed it, Miller. 7 minutes on the clock. The pace has been fast and furious, and it's a 1-0 lead right now for Arizona State. Walchuk takes a hit in the corner, pushes it up against the boards as he waits for reinforcements. That's Yager Larson in it, but Larson will take a penalty on the play, and with that, the Rams will go on the power play.
Torrin Fondos' great effort in the offensive zone as he's able to win the race to the puck and able to force a tripping call for Yager Larson being a little too lazy, a little too late to react. This will be the Rams' first power play opportunity. It'll be interesting for them to see how they set up and maybe even take a page out of Arizona State's book and be decisive in the offensive end.
Moreno in the draw for the Rams, operating against Palumbo. Palumbo gets the win. Budman can't get there. He'll slow it down enough. Palumbo can come in and get the clear. A dangerous play in front of his own net from Nelson, but he does get it away, and it can be brought in now by Casaria. Casaria in. The big lefty works his way around the net, trying to look for a quick shot, and that gets deflected into the netting.
That was a crucial clear by Austin Palumbo to not waste any time with it once that draw was won, to just corral that puck and throw it all the way down 200 feet, and that forces the Rams to have to regroup in their own zone and have to re-enter.
Riley wins it back for the Rams. Miller sends it down low. Trying to feed the pass back to him was Millar. But they get it back in now, the Rams do. Riley up to Nitchin, looking for the shot, blocked away by Moore. Back to the point, kept in by Taylor. Taylor trying to switch it. A good stick, though, by Gavin Klein, forces the Rams to regroup out of the neutral zone. The captain turns it over for CSU. Picked back up by Budman. He made one good move, tried to make a second, but gets sent down. A good check by Corey Taylor. And now the Rams can bring it back forward once more. Riley trying to make a move of his own. It ends up getting turned over to Miller. Picked up by Millar, blocked by his own player, Miller, and sent into the corner. Riley gets it, fakes the backhand, brings it up, looking for the shot, a redirection, and Moore makes the save as it was Millar in trying to dig it out.
Boy, looks like Moore's really locked in tonight, tracking that puck very well. I think it's going to be something for the Rams. Either it's going to have to be a really great scoring opportunity with a blown defensive coverage in Arizona State's end, or for them to just get traffic in front to blur his vision.
The clock reads 5:12 left in the period. We know as the clock we have currently ticks down, we will get it fixed momentarily, but 5:12 remain, 30 seconds left on the power play. The Rams get it back to the point. Casaria walking it in, looking for the shot. He gets it through. The save, the second save from Moore. Casaria retrieves his own shot behind the net, feeds it into the slot where it can be picked back up by North. North gets it to Nelson. Nelson not sure what to do, sends it to the half wall. Good job by the Sun Devils to take away the passing lanes. And the Rams having to earn this one as a play takes a weird hop and works its way in front of Moore, but he gets to the stop with 4 seconds left on the power play opportunity.
Arizona State showcasing already on this penalty kill of being able to just keep the Rams to the outside, using their sticks to be able to take up lanes, so when they're trying to hit that seam pass going from one end of the zone to the other end, they're unable to.
Tying up in the draw with 4:38 left. It's the Rams who get the better of it. Trying to corral it in the slot, but having no luck was Coate. Coate pursued by several Sun Devils in the corner as he makes that second and third effort to get the puck out. His teammate gets it, trying to come short side and jam it. 1, 2, 3 tries. It goes wide of the net, picked back up by Coate. Coate trying to find a passing lane, gets it to the point. Miller fans on the shot. Cotton trying to feed Demon ahead. But a good breakup defensively by Grayson North, the San Jose, California native. Kowalchuk missing the breakout pass. He'll get a second chance now. Fans on it as he tried to give it to his D-man. Fans on it once again. Kowalchuk having a little trouble getting the pass off right now. He will get that one up to his partner Callahan. Callahan ends up turning it over at the blue line, and the Rams dump it back in. Kowalchuk turns that over on a soft breakout pass. Arizona State a little on their heels right now, but they finally do break it out, and now it's Yager Larson on his strong side. Drops it back, a quick one-timer. That'll be corralled by Morgan as Arizona State worked out of a tough situation.
Yeah, it looks like the past couple of minutes they've been pent up in their own defensive zone. Zachary Kowalchuk looked like he was whacking some weed whacker down in the corner as he was trying to get that puck out. Finally able to.
You're not going to be seeing very many weed whackers this time of the year in Colorado, Brett, but out here in nice warm Arizona where it seems like it's 70 and sunny every day, you know you're bound to hear some dads working on the lawn tomorrow morning bright and early. It comes out to Klein. He'll force one, shovel it. The rebound comes back out. The shot wouldn't go from Studioso. And now the Rams can bring it out. Moreno galloping through the neutral zone. Banks it into Millar. Millar taking a ride from Geely. Will pin it up against the boards. Millar works it out, keeping his feet. He throws it in front. The rebound kicked out by Bronson Moore in front of the net. Arizona State trying to settle it. Millar after it once more in the corner. Jack York, a good job to body him. But the reinforcements come and they get it to the point. That shot deflected wide. Off of the stick of Thrutchley. Morgan laying a hard hit. But it's the Sun Devils who get it, and they'll just flip it out and down the ice as they get a change. Gavin Klein making sure there's going to be no icing on the play, and he'll even win the puck. He's got Chet Larson in the slot looking for him. Goes back up to the point. We'll just throw a headhunter into the corner boards. And now it's Riley with a poised play to get it out of his zone. But it's the long stick of Levi Holston who catches it. Up to Havner. Havner reverses Adams to Miller. Miller fighting off a bouncing puck, backhands it behind the net where Morgan comes out to challenge. Back to Adams, he'll try to fire one. A good stick by Joseph denies that chance. But the Rams turn it over. Jet Larson trying to backhand it in front to Havner. Wouldn't go, and now the Rams will just send it out of the zone as they get a partial change behind the play. Nearing the final minute of play, this first period has flown by, Brett, as it's been action coast to coast, not too many whistles. A good breakout pass gets it into a speedy Nitchin. He'll look for a low shot. Sticked into the corner. Oh, a hard hit delivered by Austin Palumbo in the corner. And as soon as he threw that hit, the referee raised his arm to assess a penalty. Not sure what the call is here, Brett, but Arizona State with another shorthanded situation.
Yeah, it looks like Austin Palumbo is getting a little physical on the half wall as the referee is just cluing in for the head coach of the Rams, Joel Weeks, on what the actual penalty was being called. Looks like it's just going to be a 2-minute minor, regardless of what the actual call was. For the Rams, they definitely have room to improve on their 5-on-4 work.
Klein and Kowalchuk setting up the assignments. Leaning into it is Moreno. Back into the corner. Budman reverses Kowalchuk, wrists it, and gets it out of the zone. Another clear to start the penalty kill for Arizona State.
Again, that clear going all the way 200 feet, just going to disrupt that rhythm a little bit of what Colorado State's trying to establish on their power play.
Colorado State trying to get in that rhythm. A slot shot and a good save by Bronson Moore as Austin Palumbo thanks him for that save.
Man, partner, yeah, this period has definitely flown by. Feel like with the pace of this hockey game, we might be able to race over to the Harkins Theaters and maybe make it to the late night showing tonight. I got the popcorn.
Well, folks, if that doesn't sound like a good deal, I don't know what does. A good deal for the Rams would be a power play goal to get them back in the game as they dig it out in the corner. Making the reverse is Millar. Millar with his head up, throws it down low. Reversing his Nichin. Assessing the options, he button hooks. Verses up to Riley. Kyle Riley circles under 5 seconds. The last chance coming, and they score as the clock strikes 0. The Colorado State Rams get a last-second goal, and it's 1-1.
Holy smokes. Virtually no time left on the scoreboard. And ended up being Christopher Nichin from Denver, Colorado, ended up jamming it in front. And again, nothing special for both teams to get their goals, as this time they were just jamming in front, and they sent the whole line, almost 3 or 4 Rams players, and then adding some of the Sun Devil players just jamming in front, looking for it, and it was Nichin with that extra man advantage being able to be coming unmarked and get the goal.
And a ceremonial puck drop, you could say, as we finish this one. The end of the first 20 minutes, and we see a 1-1 game. The ice tilting in multiple directions throughout the period as we had many chances for both clubs on this late evening start. And Brett, if you're head coach Tate Green for the Sun Devils, you probably have a few mixed emotions going into this intermission.
Again, talking about the consistency in the pregame of what we wanted to see Arizona State showcase. And for them, they almost had it. But again, playing a full 60 minutes, playing a full 20 minutes in a period. They played about 19:59 and maybe 8/10 minutes of this first period. And it ended up costing them as there was just a little bit of time on the board and Colorado State cashed in. But again, you want to play hard into the whistles, finish those hard 20 minutes, and get into the locker room with that 1-0 lead. It's a backbreaker anytime you're giving up a goal in the first 2 minutes or the end of the first 2 minutes of a period. And so it's going to take a lot for Arizona State to try and respond.
We'll have to see what Arizona State can muster as they try to get over the hump and come back from that late goal. As we are inside 15 minutes on the intermission clock, we will see you folks back in a little bit for some more exciting ACHA action here on Arizona State ACHA YouTube. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into Oceanside Ice Arena. As we get set for some second period action, I am Niall Cooper, taking you through tonight's game alongside my partner, Brett Vaughn, sprinkling in his deep knowledge of the game of hockey when he can. And Brett, you've got all this knowledge, so why don't you give us a little bit? That was an up and down first period for both teams that saw it end 1-1.
Yeah, thanks for putting me on the spot, Niall. So for Arizona State, they really put together almost a full 20 minutes. They were really dominating, really aggressive on the front foot, but it was just a lack of awareness near the end of the period, taking their second penalty of the game, and ends up costing them with that late goal from Christopher Nitchin for the Rams.
And they say special teams can be the difference on a close game. We've seen both teams get a power play goal tonight, both in quick order, I might add. The shot clock only separates the two teams by 2, so it has been a very tight affair thus far, and we are underway now in the second period. A win by Arizona State on that draw. Sees them trying to break it out. York, though, it's stripped, and coming in, he has a man, a little backhand short side off the stick of the forward for Colorado State. We'll have an offside here, as that was Coate, who could not get the shot off. A good effort by Samuel Coate to strip it off of Jack York and come in. Went for a little backhand short side cheese, but couldn't get it to go.
Again, going to be important to see how Arizona State responded as they put together a really good period, but with that goal making it 1-1 by the Rams really late in the period, they're going to have to really combat and see how they can take the momentum back.
Arizona State in the offensive zone, trying to get the forecheck established. The Rams will send it all the way down, and that will go just far enough for an icing. .44 seconds into the period. It's the Sun Devils who win the draw. In the corner, Holston, he has some help from Geely. Geely claps it into the middle, but it's dealt with by the Rams as they try to sort it out in their own end. Amaya giving chase as the Rams send it all the way around. Riley now just trying to hold it, as the Sun Devils forecheck giving the Rams fits on this shift. Healy wins that battle, trying to slash it up to Kowalchuk. Unsuccessful as they continue the scrum along the boards. Finally getting out is Gavin Klein, but he'll lose that foot race to Riley, who can poke it only as far as center. And Budman would have had a chance to go in on goal, but a delayed offsides on the Sun Devils as they will go for a change. And the Rams with an easy breakout now. It looked easy at least, but Budman with a good play to intercept it. Comes across the middle, and Palumbo stumbled as he came across the blue line. Otherwise a one-timer opportunity for the Sun Devils, and that one just goes begging. Sullivan intercepts it off the defenseman, Morgan. Lester comes in to help, but ends up poking it to Nitchin, the goal scorer for the Rams, as that speedster will get in behind the defense. He tries to throw it across. He had a man coming in late, but Gillis couldn't get there. And now Morgan will regroup for the Rams behind their own net. Morgan up the half wall, gets it to Joseph. Joseph takes a hard check from Demon. Demon's got some size, some skill, and some speed. And he's not afraid to lay the body. Speaking of which, he comes in and pokes that one loose in the corner. Demon taking a hard ride. He keeps the puck at the blue line, manages to just keep it in. Jogger Larson cannot get it deep, though. And Trevor Gillis pushes it ahead. Joseph in now for the Rams. Sticked away by Dylan Adams. Adams turns back, gets it to his D partner. Trying to work it up to Demon was Miller, but he couldn't get it past Millar. Millar and Miller in the corner. Millar wins that battle. Gets it back to Coate. He'll reverse it down low, and now Miller fights off the check of Millar and sends it down the ice. A good breakout by the goaltender, Joe Morgan, allows the Rams to come in and get a shot off. That heavy wrist shot goes wide, and now Adam Havner will spin and avoid the check and get it in the offensive zone. Coate just manages to get it ahead, and now it's Noah Miller bringing it in, and that will go into the netting for a stoppage.
Yeah, partner, looks like your tea's getting a little cold over there. Might want to get a drink in after that stoppage in play. Finally, again, a fast-moving second period. And for the Sun Devils, again, I think this pace is going to favor them using their speed, but also, too, I think it gives a good flow to maybe even both teams in the game. I'm just playing with a good rhythm with no stoppages.
York will forklift it ahead. Onside is Jet Larson as he gets some help from Havner, who backhands it in front of Morgan, and that gets dealt with. The Rams breaking it out. Laguerre taking a pause to look around, ends up getting stripped of the puck, and now it's Levi Holston who brings it in the offensive zone. But a good back check by Taylor and Laguerre deny that opportunity. Almost 5 minutes gone in the second period. Not nearly as fast of a start to this period as we saw in the first. Both teams seeming a little more content to play some defense. A good effort opens up that chance, though, for Max Engel, and he gets that stopped by Bronson Moore.
I'm definitely not opposed to trying to be a little fancy and using some stick work like Engel did, but he did it in the correct position. You want to try to do it 200 feet away from your own net in the offensive zone, because if, for whatever reason, if that move does not get pulled off, you're not going to be putting your own team in jeopardy in your own defensive end.
Max Engel, the Littleton, Colorado native, certainly a part of the all-hands team. Getting it out of the zone is the assistant captain, Budman. He'll send it in behind to Amaya. Amaya makes a case with the official, and they wave off that icing after it was deemed the defenseman interfered with Amaya and didn't allow him a chance to get to the puck. Klein throws one, comes back to Kowalczyk. He'll wrist it, a good reaction save by Morgan. As Klein has the puck, a call behind the play. The Sun Devils did have possession of the puck, so I can only assume it's a penalty behind the play to Arizona State, and it looks to be on Jake Geely.
Yeah, it looks like Geely brought his tree cutter onto the bench and ended up taking that slashing minor. And it's unfortunate because for any good hockey team, you do not want to take a penalty when you don't really need to, which is trying to deny an obvious goal-scoring chance. And take one in your own offensive zone could be a shot in the foot, and the Rams are back on the man advantage.
Both teams with a power play goal tonight. The Rams trying to make it 2. As that shot comes through and a tough save for Bronson Moore. He did not see it, but got the pad down and just got enough of that toe to deny the chance. As the Rams break it out, they have number 23, Tanner Gillis, trying to cherry pick behind the defense and force Arizona State to stretch out. And that allows the Rams an easy entry into the zone. As Taylor gets it down low to Joseph, a little sauce pass into the slot. 3 Sun Devils there as they struggle to get it out. Taylor gets it at the point, down low to Miller. Miller toe drags, fires it. Bronson Moore not sure where it is as they dig away. No whistle, here it is. And a stoppage in play after a good effort by Miller just to get it to the net results in a second, third opportunity.
Yeah, correct. Now I've taught you well. That's all you really have to do is just, again, get that shot to the net and just let the chips fall where they may and allow maybe one of your teammates to hopefully get on top of that rebound and put it home like they did on their first goal.
Arizona State trying to get a penalty kill successfully done here after that late first period effort. That chopped forward by Millar goes wide of the net. It's the Sun Devils on a Gallagher Insurance penalty kill. And they will get it out. Yager Larson trying to fight through Nelson to get to the puck. But the Rams win that battle. And they will circle around in their own zone as they try to get the breakout sorted. Nitchin gives it back to Casaria, but he can't handle it. The 6'4", 195-pound defenseman has done a good job tonight using his body when he needs to make plays. He'll pass it ahead now. Nitchin not quite able to corral it. And the Sun Devils doing a good job slowing down the Rams' power play. The Rams do come in now, trying to get it to the back post to Millar was Nitchin. The Sun Devils snuff it out, but Nitchin back, trying to jam it short side on Bronson Moore, and he'll get the paddle down to cover. Seven seconds remain on the power play for the Rams. As I look down to an eager Jake Geely standing up in the box, ready to jump out. And Brett, if Arizona State can win this draw, they might have a chance to feed a man coming right out of the box.
Yeah, it looks like Kowalchuk's going to be in position if they win this draw clean.
Larson just avoids a big check in the neutral zone. And we are back to 5-on-5 action. The Rams turn it over right to Demon, and he'll bring it in the offensive zone as he gets around one. Trying to slide through two. Lost the handle on the puck. As we still have a 1-1 game here in the second period. 8 minutes gone, almost, as that gets called for an icing. No change for the Rams. And Brett, after yielding that late first period power play goal, Arizona State sorts out that penalty kill.
Yeah, I think for the Sun Devils, again, a few chances, but they did a good job of really clearing out the space to allow more to either make the first save or to gobble up the rebound if there was any in front. And I think now back on 5-on-5, as long as the guys aren't taking any penalties, I think that'll allow them to keep the momentum throughout this second period.
Fighting to get the puck out is Miller, but the Sun Devils give chase in the slot. And now it's back on the stick of Callahan. Forward to Klein. Klein weaves through two, past the third in the offensive zone. Tries to get a quick shot off. And a good effort by Gavin Klein forces Joe Morgan to have to make his 22nd save of the evening.
Again, definitely something we've expected for this to be a really even hockey game, looking at the notes from coming in tonight for both teams' records. And it's definitely, I feel, has played that way.
A very tight affair. The first period, more offensive. The second period has been a much tighter battle. Neither team wanting to give an inch, as the Sun Devils know they play best in close games. And the Rams trying to do the same.
Yeah, important to note, especially with both of these teams in such a tight affair in any hockey game, it's going to be that much of a significance for them to play mistake-free hockey, especially come out of their own end. And that's something that I'm looking for Arizona State to showcase here tonight, unlike last night.
The Rams behind the net, trying to get a little offensive chance generated here, as it's Moreno. Try to get it to Millar. Havner works it up to the point, and they do get it out. Holston trying to make a move at center ice, but it was snuffed out by Kyle Riley. Brought in down by Casaria. He'll look for the shot. Tries to go 5-hole. Moore says no. The puck bouncing around, and the Sun Devils break it out. It's a breakaway for Jet Larson. Jet Larson in, he dekes, and he loses the handle at the last second. As he looked to go forehand, backhand, and just as he tried to look for that shot, the puck was suddenly not on his stick. And the best offensive chance of this period, in fact, wasn't, as the Sun Devils did not even get a shot off on that chance. Unfortunate, Brett, would be an understatement.
Yeah, again, have to be opportunistic in such a tight hockey game. Game saver by the goaltender, Morgan.
Icing waved off. Digging after it, York backhands one up the wall. Activating is Jacob Morgan, he wins the battle. And that forces York to rip one around his own end, but it's kept in as activating was Thrutchley. Thrutchley gets tripped up, and they'll dig at it in the corner. Back to Angle. Part of the all-hands team from his knees gets it down low, back into the slot. Moore has to cover it short side as they dig away. With the Rams coming back with their own shift after that breakaway chance for Jet Larson.
Yeah, on the Larson chance for Jet, Arizona State did a great job of getting that puck over in those gray zones. Talking about the gray zones, it's both of the blue lines of being able to gain the blue line and gain out of that blue line zone with a lot of speed, leading to that chance.
Back in the slot, another opportunity as Bronson Moore is forced to move east to west and makes a good athletic save on that opportunity as the Rams tried to get a quick one off the draw and catch the Sun Devils napping. Nitchin in the draw for the Rams. He can't win it, and it'll be sent down by the Sun Devils. That one looks to go for an icing, and it does as it just evades the crease of Joe Morgan.
It's a little bit of tired out there for Arizona State. Usually for a hockey team, especially in their defensive zone, you want to try to have at least one or two maybe set plays where the centerman can maybe win it to a defenseman and be able to go for a hard rim.
Turnover at the blue line by Arizona State, but Kowalchuk bails out Yager Larson. And now the captain brings it in for the Sun Devils. Kowalchuk, he'll throw it around. Larson can't get to it. Eric Cotton steps in. Forces it behind the net where he will give chase along with Larson. Arizona State pushing hard with the forecheckers down low. Cotton nearly forces a turnover, but Nitchin now gets it ahead. Gillis into the middle. Joseph can't handle it. And Dylan Adams will try to get it deep. Another turnover though, and now it's a one-on-one coming back for the Rams. They'll bring it in, look for a shot. Klein forcing Joseph to send it into the corner. Demon pauses, and now it's Dylan Adams. Getting it back to Demon. Second chance to break it out for him. As he will have some trouble, but Geely helps him out, and the tired Demon can get to the bench for a change. 8 minutes left in the second period. Still a tie game, 1-1. Both teams evenly matched tonight. But it's the Rams with a slight edge in the shot column. As Joe Morgan's seen 28 shots already tonight. Rather, Bronson Moore has seen those many shots. Joe Morgan only seen 19 shots thus far. And here Brett will have a stoppage. It looks to be another penalty assessed. A slashing call to the Rams.
Again, when you're in the offensive zone, taking a penalty, that might give a little insight to all the neutral fans at home of why these teams are sporting these records. Again, these mental errors and lapses in the offensive zone is what's going to lead and rack up losses in the loss column.
Both teams with near identical records, 5 and 13 for the Rams coming into their trip to Arizona. 6 and 13 for the Sun Devils. A chance to go ahead now for Arizona State as they will start this power play behind their own net. A cold beer and cheeseburgers power play for the Sun Devils. As Klein with speed. Gets it to Studioso, over to Larson. Larson throws one. Second, third chance as they whack away at it. And Morgan denied it. Klein knocked the net off. And because it was the Arizona State player knocking the net off, the referee says that faceoff will come out of the zone.
I like Arizona State tonight on the power play. Again, they're snapping that puck around. And what that's allowing is more open passing lanes in the offensive zone because the puck's being moved so fast. Again, the old age tale of passing the puck is a lot quicker up the ice than actually skating it up yourself.
And those passes certainly come off just a little bit quicker when you're using a nice Warrior stick. Warrior, the official stick of the ACHA. Jack York now takes a hard check. He gets a face full of Dasher, but that will keep the puck in, and Adam Havner now works it. Havner winds up, fires right into Nitchin as he blocked it, and now he gets past Havner. A 2-on-1 for the Rams. Nitchin, he has Millar coming. Over to Millar, but it's just in front of him, and he can't get the shot off. Feely up to York now, as we're inside the final 45 on the power play opportunity for Arizona State. Jet Larson with a nice move to spin around and open up some space. Gets it to Havner, over to Kowalchuk. Back to Havner. Havner in the middle to Geely, a soft little chip. And Morgan is forced to make that stop, as it was Jake Geely with an offensive chance.
Those are some of my favorite plays. Just what Adam Havner did of looking for that high redirection up in the slot. Everybody's expecting for that shot to come through. So whoever's going to be on the defensive assignment on Havner is going to try to front the shooting lane, not knowing that it's actually going to be a low shot / pass for the redirection, and that catches a goalie off guard and usually creates a grade A scoring chance.
A good scoring chance it was, but Morgan was up to the task. A clean win, and it's back to Studioso. Budman to Studioso. Studioso, the centerpiece of this umbrella power play for the Sun Devils, as he'll feed Yager Larson. A lot of pitch and catch right now. No shots. Studioso finally fires it. That rebound comes out. Nobody gets it. Klein now on the half wall, trying to work through the forecheck of Max Engel. And that will be an offsides against the Sun Devils.
Again, no goal for the Sun Devils on that power play opportunity, but again, I think it's some momentum that they can really build off of it. They were doing really well of making just a few passes, trying to drag the Rams and spread them out in their own defensive zone to create more shooting and passing lanes. And again, although it didn't capitalize in a goal, I think it's something positive they can build on.
With a late change as they get Taylor on the ice for Gillis. Nitchin gets kicked out of the draw though. Joseph will step in, trying to win it against Palumbo. 21 versus 21, and 21 wins it for Arizona State. Adams trying to get it ahead to Palumbo. That knockdown with a hand pass and a stoppage.
And hearing you saying 21, I feel like we're playing blackjack over at the local Indian casino. Haven't been there in a while though.
My go-to game is craps, Brett. Even though I'm not really sure how to play, it just seem to make some money off it every now and again. Trying to make a good money move to the net was Lester. That's blocked, and the Rams will get it out. Miller jumps up, knocks it down. And Sullivan a chance to get it across as Palumbo looked to make a move. But the Rams breaking that attempt up as they come in on sides. That shot wide. Nichin back to Miller. He'll fire one, deflected behind the net. As Adams, under duress, turns it over behind his net. The Rams keeping it alive. Gillis kicks that one into the middle. No one there for Colorado. And Sullivan can chip it in the offensive zone. Sullivan gets past two, trying to protect the puck. Arizona State bench encouraging to help him out. But the Rams win the battle, and it's Gillis bring it in. He softs one back to Joseph. Joseph tried to drop it. Amaya there first. Riley now helping out for the Rams. Riley into the slot. A cheeky pass. He almost found Fondas, who would have had a chance to get a prime shot off. A good look by Riley. Coming back is Kowalchuk. In now to Geely. He'll clap one, but that gets deflected and softly pushed away. As they chop away at it in the corner. As a Let's Go Devils chant erupts from the Inferno section here in Oceanside Ice Arena. They're loving the effort. Havner in the slot. Back to Kowalchuk looking for the deflection. Geely couldn't get his stick on it. Geely whiffs one behind the net. Get it from Jacob Morgan. And Morgan gets it to Riley, who sends it in behind the net. As we approach 3 minutes left in the second period, as we have not seen too many whistles the latter half, as the pace has finally started to pick up. A good block in front, and Klein can get him out. An offensive zone chance now as Havner comes in. He has Geely. Geely wasn't ready for it. On his backhand, Geely not sure what to do as he's at the end of a shift, and he'll just clap it into the corner. Arizona State starting to turn up the heat, but they're not doing anything with the chances they're opening up, which has to be a nice sigh of relief for Joe Morgan and net for the Rams. Millar was coming into the net on his knees, gave a bit of a push to Bronson Moore, and not a big fan of that was the referee, but nothing coming of it. And Brett, we've finally seen Arizona State start to gather a little momentum in this period, but they're not doing anything with it.
Yeah, it was a little unfortunate on that 3-on-1 opportunity near the end of their shift. You could tell a lot of them were gassed as right after they coughed up the puck, all three of the forwards on that line went for a change. Just unfortunate timing.
York softly sends it behind his net. As Studioso has a chance to break it out. York with his head up, it'll get knocked down by Larson. But Larson was behind the center ice line when he touched it, and that will go for an icing.
Again, Arizona State wants to make sure that they can end this period on a good note. With 2 minutes, they're going to have to be wary again for Colorado State to maybe smash something here late.
Demon gets back as Colorado State wins the draw. Nichin wasn't sure where the puck was, and York had a chance to make a play, but ends up giving it back to the Rams. As Gillis tried to make a move into the slot, but loses it. Yager Larson now, that's in. North will catch it. Shield off a hit and get it ahead to Nichin. Nichin looking to make a move into the slot. He does, and it's in his feet. He didn't know. As the bench for the Rams yelled at him, he had it. Nichin had no clue. A lucky chance for Arizona State as York with his head up. They get a fresh change. Amaya on, tries to make a move, but Miller read it and strips him of the puck. Behind the net, Nelson trying to get it out. Amaya forcing him to make a reverse pass, and now Miller will throw it into the far corner. Budman with his head up. Riley read that breakout pass but couldn't quite corral it. 45 seconds on the clock. Amaya on his weak side. Tries to pass one to Geely. Will be picked up by Klein. Klein on his backhand shields it. He has the slot, tries to throw it towards the net. Knocked down by Nelson, though. And now the Rams bring it forward. Behind the play, Fondas clearly in some pain as he manages to limp off of the ice. And the Rams, in a tight situation, ice the puck with 18 left on the clock.
This unit out here for the Rams is a bit tired after that icing. Arizona State getting some fresh guys on the ice. Maybe their own dose of their own medicine here late in this period.
And boy, wouldn't Arizona State love that. A chance to get their own late period goal. Levi Holston will be the one in the draw to try to win it for Arizona State. Holston ties him up, kicks it back to Havner. Havner in the slot, drops it to Budman. He fires one, that one goes wide. Stepping in is York to keep it. Jet Larson tries to make a move as York continues to tie up his man. 5 seconds on the clock. And the Rams bring it ahead, but they will not have enough time to get a shot off. As the clock expires on the middle frame, and we end it the same way we started. It's 1-1. As that period took a little longer to materialize, Brett, but we ended up having some interesting action down the stretch.
Yeah, it was almost a bit of a stalemate there in the second period. See a little bit of frustration on Bradley Budman for the defenseman for Arizona State on that shot opportunity from the point, missing wide. Again, it's really key for the defenseman to try to at least get it on frame and be able to at least keep it waist level or below, so it allows the forwards to try to get a tip on that puck. If you're missing the net really wide, it's not going to allow for an opportunity to come from there for your team.
And we saw the one Arizona State goal in the first period came off of a point shot with traffic. They know they're going to have to muck it up if they want to get a goal. And somebody is going to have to score if we can leave this game, because we are still tied. We have 15 minutes left in this intermission. We'll come back for the third, and we look forward to all of you joining us for the final frame of action tonight between the Rams and the Sun Devils on Arizona State ACHA YouTube. Ice Arena, where we are going to bring you some great third period action here in what has been a very tightly contested affair between the Rams and Sun Devils, as Mitchin gets our first shot of the period. A hard check by Budman on Gillis, as he's a little slow to get up behind the play. The referee with his arm raised, and Budman not impressed at all as head coach Jake Green lays a few words down from the bench.
Yeah, definitely, again, these last couple minutes at the end of periods and then at the start as well, as Arizona State's been putting themselves behind the 8 ball, as now they're going to have to kill off a penalty only 29 seconds in.
30 seconds in and a power play for the Rams, but they will lose that draw, and a good clear by the Sun Devils to start. Shot clock right now in favor of the Rams, 30-26. A good effort late in the second as Arizona State pushed back. At one point, they were behind by over 10 shots on the shot clock. Both goalies having to step up and make numerous big saves tonight. The aforementioned goalies being Joe Morgan for Colorado State and Bronson Moore for the Sun Devils. Both far and away the starters on their team, as both Moore and Morgan have seen a heavy workload throughout the year. And we're going to have a call behind the play as Bronson Moore was headed to the bench. That's going to be 2 minutes for interference and some 4-on-4 action, Brett.
Great effort shown by Gavin Klein on the forecheck. Only one man down there, and he was causing up a little bit of a stir in Colorado State's own end, not allowing them to break the puck out on their own power play opportunity. And with that hard work and hustle, it allows Arizona State to kill off that penalty, and now we have 4-on-4 action for the next minute.
Abner in the draw for Arizona State, wins it back. A soft shot from the point on net from York. We will have another 50 seconds of 4-on-4 action here. Pending any goals, Cope will throw it on. Working hard in the corner to dig it out is North. Looking for the shot, can get it back to North in the slot. He throws that one wide. As Cote worked it into the slot. A good 1-2 opportunity by the Rams. Cote will dish it across to Miller. Back to Cote. Head up. Cote building ahead of steam. He'll get to center ice and chip in where Moreno will get behind Miller. Miller trying to fight him off. Moreno wins that battle. Looking into the slot, he had Taylor coming in late. Couldn't get it. Now the Sun Devils on an abbreviated power play. A Devil's Advocate Sports Bar and Grill power play. That's Klein. He couldn't handle the pass though. Abner will try to break it out for the Sun Devils. He'll throw it all the way down. Holston, the first one in, forces the goalie to play it. Morgan sends it back to the point, but it's picked up and kept in by Studioso. Over to Larson, back to Studioso. Now to Kowalchuk. A beautiful pass. Larson, he wasn't quite ready for it. He had to dust the pass off, and that allowed Colorado State all the ample time to make the defensive play and send it out of the zone.
Man, unfortunately that time, Larson was just licking his chops at it, and then I think he was thinking a little too much and fanned on the shot.
A great look off by Kowalchuk. Another chance that could have been for Arizona State. Looking to generate a chance after the power play expired. While they still have the zone time going, Kowalchuk rips one. Morgan deflects it into the glass. Didn't touch any netting, so we continue. Holston back to Kowalchuk. He'll fire. That one blocked by Mitchin. Larson collects it, back Studioso. He'll fire, traffic in front. A good save by Morgan. In the skates of Levi Holston, he can't find it. And now Riley will make a quick move and throw it down the ice. No icing though, Studioso was able to get it. And that allows for a partial change for the Rams. Maybe some offense too. And Riley hits that one right into Moore's blocker as he sends it away. The Rams now on the offensive. Loose in front of Moore, that'll get poked out. And a fresh Taylor can send it in for the Rams as Arizona State gets a change on their side. 4.5 gone in the first start of this period. An offensive opportunity for the Sun Devils is answered by Morgan. As Arizona State realizing they have a chance to get a much-needed victory right now. All they need is a goal, and York trying to get one. A rebound that kicked right out in front in the middle of the slot. Sullivan whipped it around, but Morgan was there to answer that as well. A couple big stops from Joe Morgan. Coming back the other way is Engel. Engel looking for a quick shot, and Moore flashes the leather. A good save by Bronson Moore. As my partner steps in, and I can take a sip of some water.
Man, both goaltenders tonight have been really bringing it with that 1-1 scoreboard for this game. Morgan and Moore, both of the M goalies tonight, really showing off their stuff.
Get it back. He has Klein in the slot. Geely decides to call his own number, and Morgan was there to answer. Maybe the better play on the backdoor to Klein, but a chance nonetheless for the Sun Devils. Maybe more as Studioso rips one. Morgan can't hold on to the rebound, but Gillis can pick it up and try to get it out of the zone. Try he might, but he cannot, and now Amaya in the corner, working on two Rams. Behind the net, Geely thinks he has a shot. Geely goes for it, the second chance, and Morgan with a huge stop off of Jake Geely. He can't believe it, and it's still a 1-1 game.
Man, Arizona State probably playing their best period so far of the weekend, and Morgan's just anchoring the Rams into this game, still keeping it at a 1-1 score. Again, for Arizona State, you don't want to change the course. You're doing things very well, and you just have to keep at it, especially against a hot goaltender like Morgan.
Morgan especially hot the way he's playing right now, as he is keeping the Rams in this game. Lots of good chances for the Sun Devils. Another one there, and that's forced away. As Jet Larson tried to make a move. And that'll end up coming all the way down for an icing, with 13:48 remaining in the period. The score tied up at 1. The shot clock tied up at 34 apiece. Neither team willing to budge right now as it's bend but don't break defense on both sides of the ice.
Again, this game has the inkling that it's going to be either something special from one of these two teams, or it's going to be some type of mistake a team's going to capitalize on. Such close margins tonight here at Oceanside.
Taylor goes back to collect it. Trying to get it to Engel. He can't hold on to the puck. And that will be brought in on an offsides. And folks, as we take you around the ACHA, we had an afternoon game today just down south of us in Tucson, as it was Colorado heading down to play U of A. U of A skating out of their own rink with a 2-1 win. Elsewhere, we had Ohio University beating Syracuse 6-3. As Nitchin will try to feed that into the slot. A second chance opportunity as Bronson Moore sprawls out. We'll get back to that out-of-town scoreboard in just a minute. As Bronson Moore forced to make a big save. If Budman can win that race, it's an icing. He cannot win it, though, but he delivers a big check. And the referee calling an elbowing call on the play to Bradley Budman. And he is clearly none too pleased with that call. And Brett is, I'll just finish up saying here, we also had a 5-0 win today, Calvin College at the Eagles Ice Center over Eastern Michigan. That was our out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the ACHA. And Brett, we're going to fly back into the action here courtesy of Southwest, and we're going to see a power play for Colorado State.
Got to give credit to Ben Joseph, showing the signs of a tough hockey player, getting smoked and ended up taking the hit, allowing his team to have a power play opportunity in a tie ball game and to be able to get straight back up to show some true character for that young man.
Arizona State wins the draw. Kowalchuk pauses and then throws it down the ice, where it's picked off by Lester. Good penalty killing by the Sun Devils, keeping Colorado State in their defensive end as they're struggling just to get it out. Palumbo in now, forcing an extra effort just to evade the forechecker by Tyler Nelson. Nelson will dish it off to Riley. Riley, he has Coate in behind, but Coate lifted up that last leg just before he got in the zone, and that will be an offsides. Coate shaking his head in disagreement, and a good break for ASU.
Man, really unfortunate, a great opportunity for the Rams. And again, with such a close hockey game, that one might be proven to be a costly mistake.
The captain will begin the breakout behind his own net for the Rams. Yager Larson in, pestering away. As Taylor reverses once more. Good job by Yager Larson, forcing the Rams to get out of their comfort zone. And they're really working just to get it through the neutral zone. Adams the first one there, up to Yager Larson. He'll backhand all the way down the ice. And he might be the first one to it. Joe Morgan way out of his net to play it. Maybe a chance. Joe Morgan out of his net. The shot. Klein can't get it. Looking for the wraparound. Klein denied as the defense came back, pushed him away. As Arizona State almost got Joe Morgan out. Yager Larson in the slot. He has a chance to shoot. He goes for it. Morgan knocks it back down. Morgan and Gillis ahead. Gillis in behind the Arizona State defense. Moreno helping out. Coming in is Ben Joseph. To send it around, a tired Yager Larson. He'll get beat to it by Nelson. And now Joseph on it, as the penalty just about to expire for Arizona State. That rebound kicked out into the slot, but Moreno couldn't get a handle on it, and that will do it for the power play opportunity.
Big time kill by the Sun Devils late in this third period with a 1-1 game.
And Brett, we had seen the Arizona State penalty kill really work hard earlier in the year. They had maybe taken a few nights off, but getting back to their good PK ways with that effort, as they had the better of the opportunities, you could argue, over the Rams despite being down a man. Plays out for his team.
Exchanging words with head coach Tate Green before the weekend series for these 3 games. He mentioned to me that he feels this group for the Sun Devils are feeling a little more comfortable with finally being in some highly contested games like this one, especially late in the game in the third period in a tie game or a 1-goal game. And he thinks that them with being very comfortable with each other in the heat of battle is going to prove to be a good thing.
Rams trying to work it up high from down low. It's picked off, though, by Larson. A 3-on-1. Arizona State can hurry. Studioso on his weak side into the middle. And a huge save by Joe Morgan as he laid out and kept it a tie game for the Rams off of a brilliant chance in front and a great pass from John Studioso. The Devils coming back once more. It's Levi Hulston and Adam Havner playing pitch and catch. Havner now back to Budman. He'll turn, fire one, that goes wide. Kowalchuk activates, lays a big check and keeps the puck in. The forwards could not corral for Arizona State. And that'll be sent all the way down by Campbell, who will get off the ice for a change. The action starting to pick up here at Oceanside Ice Arena. And a cheeky dump in by Arizona State would have been an icing, but they took advantage of a late change by the Rams as the linesman had to wave it off. Coate now collects himself, sends it ahead to Engel. Engel on his knees. Back to Coate. He kickstarts the Harley and sends it in, but Moore stops it. Couldn't hold on to the rebound, but now Klein behind his own net will send it to Amaya. He'll try to sky it off the glass. Works his way back up to Coate, and he backhands Engel in the corner. Both teams a bit tired. The Rams trying to dig it out in the corner as it's a 2v2 against the boards. Arizona State wins that, but they turn it over as Callahan struggled to get the pass up to the point. Klein now with a good backhand finds Budman, and he'll delicately send it off the glass, but a little too much mustard, and that will be an icing call.
Excuse me, miss, I'll order the Joe Morgan split with fudge on the side. Oh boy, what a save by Morgan. That's his third big save of the game to be able to go in the splits and keep this at a 1-1 game. Unbelievable play being showcased by the Highlands Ranch, Colorado native.
An absolutely spectacular save. The Rams sure happy to have Joe Morgan back there stopping pucks for them tonight, as we have not seen a better save than that one in all the time we have been out here. And all the shots we've seen, over 70 total shots registered between both clubs tonight. Very impressive. Budman on this attempt gets it off the glass, but no icing, and a hand pass delivered against Millar.
Puck's going to be drawn in the offensive zone for the Sun Devils. That looks like it's going to be the line of Cotton, Demon, and Yager Larson out there. Looks like it's going to be Yager Larson because the draw is going to be on the right-hand side. He's going to try to win on his backhand, more on his strong side. Maybe has a better chance at winning it.
Getting it is Demon. In the corner, Demon getting a hard ride from Campbell. It's sauced into the slot, and the Rams get it out. And as Demon tags up, Arizona State can get back in on the forecheck. Cotton and Larson applying pressure. Doing a good job to make life miserable in their own end for the Rams. As Cotton once again gets it and digs it out from the Rams defense. Spectacular effort right now by the third line for the Arizona State Sun Devils, as York able to jump vertically and keep that one in the zone. The Rams starting to get a bit tired, having to deal with Arizona State's hard forecheck. And it's digged out once again by the Sun Devils. York with a chance to shoot. He fires, and Morgan with another big save. And Brett, this forecheck for Arizona State is giving the Rams fits.
Yeah, it all started with that big zone draw win by Larson. He ended up moving it forward as Demon was able to find in the corner. And then that really dictated the tempo of how that shift was going to go for both teams. And Arizona State is going to keep applying the pressure.
In the neutral zone, the Rams just trying to get it deep, but they can't string together the passes. Jet Larson will have to tag up to avoid the offsides. Holston delivers a check, picks up the puck, accidentally kicks it ahead to the CSU player, as that was Johnson. He took a hard slash, though, unintentionally, but he'll go back to the bench for a change as he deals with that wound. Holston now bobbing and weaving in the offensive zone. Larson, low to high, gets it to Budman. They exchange spots. Budman down low. Like a wrecking ball, he crashes through the player. Havner trying to get the shot, sends it down low to Holston. Holston backhands to Kowalczyk. He'll just fire it on net and force a stoppage by Joe Morgan.
Again, like I alluded earlier in the period, it feels like it's going to be something a little greasy that's going to be able to really make the difference. Almost that feeling of we're in overtime right now with really whoever's going to be scoring that next goal is probably going to be the one to win it.
That goes just wide of the net. As the ice heavily tilted in the Sun Devils' favor right now. Klein claps one, and that goes up and over the net. Morgan couldn't get there. Klein back on it once more. Tries to make a nice move, works it in the slot. Geely sent net on the backhand. Spinning is Campbell. Around and up to Millar. Millar out to Campbell. Campbell can't hold on to it. And here come the Sun Devils once again. Amaya in. He'll throw a soft one on net. Morgan will cover it. And get another stoppage.
Ice looks pretty fresh in Arizona State's own end. That's a good sign because that means the puck hasn't been down there with players cutting and stopping, back and forth chewing up the ice, as it has been very tilted in Arizona State's favor near the second half of the third period. Hopefully something that can prove good for the Sun Devils.
Coate in on the offensive for the Rams. He'll send it behind where Dylan Adams can pick it up and help Arizona State break out. Klein with a nifty move to get around two, but he loses it in the slot as he couldn't get past the third. A good reversal by Jacob Morgan. And now the Rams will just throw it all the way down the ice for an icing. An offensive zone draw upcoming for Arizona State.
Again, we'll see as well both bench bosses for their respective schools. As now a good call by the head coach for Colorado State, Joel Weeks, of calling the timeout with a tired group out there, and the icing call, they had to be stuck out. But with under 5 minutes left in the third period, you're going to be seeing both bench bosses playing their horses that have been playing well tonight, guys that they trust out on the ice, knowing that they'll make the correct decision when they're out there at such a crucial time of the hockey game. And you can start to feel the atmosphere inside Oceanside Ice Arena to heat up a little bit.
As we take a look ahead on our schedule here, both teams will be back in action tomorrow night. Same location, an hour earlier though. That's going to be 7 p.m. puck drop, Arizona time. 6:30 Arizona time is when the pregame skate will begin. We will be here with you to call every bit of action between these two teams. For Colorado State, after they are done here in Arizona, they will head out and play Iowa State February 8th and 9th on the road at the Ames ISU rink, before they eventually come home and get to face the University of Colorado in a home-and-home. Back to action here, though, as we are down to the last few minutes. Who's going to score and break the tie? Could be Arizona State, as Kowalchuk at the point was trying to get it to Yager Larson. Riley in on the offensive. Coate breaks it in offsides, and that's delayed. Trying to take advantage were the Sun Devils, but it gets deflected up and out of play. And Brett, with the current affair being tied at 1-1, what do you see being the difference maker here?
Yeah, it's going to be who's ever going to try to force and put pressure on whose defense and try to have them create the mistake in order to get a grade A scoring opportunity in my eyes.
A turnover picked up by Holston. Havner button hooks but gives it away. That's Joseph. Up to Nitchin, a nice move. Nitchin going far post, and Bronson Moore there all the way. A big save by Bronson Moore on the goal scorer Nitchin as he came in with some speed. Back the other way is Levi Holston. The power forward using his body to protect it. Throws it into the slot. A good move. Unfortunately, nobody there to collect the rebound. York sets up behind his own net. To the half wall. Delaying is Studioso. Two righties on defense for the Sun Devils, Studioso and York. Studioso up to another righty in Jet Larson. And he will work it from right to left, back into the middle. Beats three. The teammate picks it, and it's off the pipe. Right off of the iron was Gavin Klein. Another chance redirected in front from York. And stopped by Joe Morgan, and the Sun Devils